All right. What's happening? Thanks for joining us again. I'm Chris.
I'm Pete.
And today we're going to check out KBS. You know what the hell that is. Kentucky Breakfast Stout from Founders Brewing out in Michigan. It's coming in at, what is that, 11.2 alcohol by volume. And this is their their regular breakfast stout. It's an imperial stout.
Amazing imperial
yes.
stout.
That alone is very highly, acclaimed. However, they take that, they put it in oak whiskey barrels and then age it in a cave for a year, because who doesn't have a cave to put stuff in? I have 2 of them.
As do I.
Yours are way nicer than mine. So, pretty hard to come by. At least you were able to get 2 bottles, so...
I'm shaking.
Yeah, and this one was bottled on February 17th of 2012. It's, what, April 14th?
Yeah.
No, April 13th?
13th.
13th today. Friday 13th today. So, it's roughly 2 months. So.
Tangy bubbles.
So. We need a really bright light here so we can
actually
see.
There is beer in the glass.
Right now I just go with it's really, really dark.
I'm not seeing any hint of color at all.
Yeah, I mean,
really.
that's...
Maybe slight essence of...
It's
brown,
it's almost like as dark brown as you can get before it just becomes black.
This is 1050 dark.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit lighter than that, but...
Yeah, there's definitely... Swirl it there, you can get some red tinges right on the side. And there's not much in the way of a head. That was like, an eighth of a finger, but some rather bigger bubbles in there. Seems to be still leaving a lot of, alcohol legs. Yeah, you can just smell bourbon wafting at you. It's just
bourbon and coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, that's really like just sticking your nose like into a whiskey bottle.
It's not at the Bourbon County brand stout level, but it's
just there's like I was sort of saying before, it's not going to be like a real blended sort of smell, but it's fresh. It's real pungent bourbon coming through.
Definitely smell the alcohol on it too.
You're getting a little bit of that stout quality in the background, but it's the bourbon just just really overpowers this. Do we know what kind of barrels they age these in? I know they're whiskey, but what?
Yeah, it didn't. I don't. It doesn't say on here. Yeah, I don't know. The label's very, very funny. You guys should pull it up. It looks like an old medicine bottle thing.
Okay. Definitely getting a little vanilla in here too from the oak. Sort of blending in with with that whole whiskey profile. So, but we're spending way too much time smelling.
Yes,
we should probably drink it. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Hey Pete, you know what's not awful? This beer.
I was expecting more like bourbon. It's definitely present, but it's not overpowering. It's not. It's like drinking a coffee bourbon milkshake.
It is. There's a lot of... You can tell the bourbon in there, it's hot. It's still got edges on it.
Yeah.
It hasn't really rounded out and blended into the rest of the beer the way some of the other barrel-aged stouts we've had have been after some time. But you can tell that the alcohol's huge, that bourbon taste is big, and there are, you're getting that coffee, that chocolate undertone, but it's not completely blended yet. I'm getting a lot of vanilla in the taste too.
Well, you're on oak is going to do that.
Overall, it's got a heavy mouthfeel, but it's not like overly syrupy or oily like some other ones we've had. My only complaint is it comes in a 12-ounce bottle, or we only have a 12-ounce bottle.
Do they make this in bombers?
No.
It's always.
Yeah, it's just 12-ounce bottles. In some places, like, you know, it's so sought after in the release. Some places will just limit you to 1 bottle per customer.
Well, I know there was big conflict when they released this, because they said you could buy a case, I think, at the brewery.
Right, at Founders.
And then they cut it back to half a case, and everybody who had been camping out.
Riots and people getting stabbed. I'm just kidding. I don't know what happened. I assume they got stabbed.
There were a lot of angry people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people were getting stabbed at our Sears because they were fighting.
What, an extension cord? I would certainly
$12 extension cord. People are getting stabbed over. You can do.
I don't think I'd have any problem taking somebody down for a KBS. Well, a half a case of KBS. I wouldn't do it for a single bottle, but
Yeah.
I mean, life is precious, but it's not that precious.
I'll shake you for like a keg of it. But yeah, this is. I can see why people put this on their top 5 beer list of all time. You know, for something it's released in a relatively, you know, accessible means. You know, getting a 12-ounce bottle, you can buy 4-packs, whatnot, but it doesn't last. And I guess Founders Store are saying they're looking to maybe being able to increase production for next year. They're like, oh, we didn't expect this many people coming out, this and that, but they did, because it's a really great beer.
How many caves? I mean, maybe there are lots of caves.
Maybe they got a bigger cave.
Yeah, I mean, InBev owns caves, I know that.
Yeah.
But still, putting this down for a year.
Do they have anything to do with InBev? I don't think they do.
It was Goose Island.
Goose Island has InBev. And so, I mean, InBev can create caves.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can. But Goose Island doesn't do caves. They just do warehouses.
No.
But
no, Founders here.
I apologize.
InBev's free.
My bad. I made the wrong connection on the InBev thing.
All right. So, I guess we pretty much summed up what KBS is all about. The Kentucky Breakfast Stout from Founders.
Not a division of
Not
InBev.
a division of InBev. Good stuff. So we're going to continue, you know, trying to choke down the rest of this. And hope you're choking something down as well. Cheers.
Cheers.
What do people do while they watch these videos?
Hopefully not choke anything down.